Okay. Let's go ahead and start by lying down on the floor on our backs. So find your mat, find your towel, lie down and relax. All right. We're gonna start with some pelvic tilts. So we're gonna regain control of our pelvis. You're gonna lie back, feet flat on the ground, and go ahead, you can make a triangle with your hands if you like, and place them on your stomach below your belly button, just to kind of give you a visual to help as we rock the hips back and forth. You can imagine that there's a marble in between those fingers. We're gonna start by rocking the hips forward, rolling the marble towards our toes, creating a nice big arch in that low back. Lots of space between our low back and the floor. And then I want you to tuck, curl, and roll the marble back towards your head, towards your thumbs, flattening out that low back against the ground. Let's do 3 more. So inhale, rock those hips forward, arching that low back up. Exhale, tuck, curl, flatten that low back out on the floor. As you flatten that low back, it doesn't need to be a hard push down into the ground, but just nice and easy just to feel a small release, small stretch. Inhale, rock those hips forward, big arch. Exhale, tuck, curl, flatten the hips out towards the ground. 1 more. Inhale, rock the hips forward. Exhale, tuck, curl, roll those hips back. And then go ahead and relax the hips. So you're coming into a nice neutral spine. So it's just enough space for your hand to fit under. We're gonna go right into a segmented glute bridge. So I want you to think about tuck, curling the hips back, flattening the low back on the ground. And then by each single vertebra, you're going to roll and lift the hips up to the ceiling, drive through the heels, squeeze those glutes. And then by each single vertebra, you're gonna roll the hips all the way back down to the floor with your hips being the last to touch. Let's do 3 more. Go ahead and tuck, curl, roll, and lift the hips up. Big squeeze in those butt cheeks. And then tuck, curl, roll all the way down, hips last touch. All right, let's go again. Tuck, curl, lift those hips up high to the ceiling, drive through those heels, curl all the way back down, hips last to touch. 1 more. Tuck, curl, lift those hips high up, big squeeze in the glutes, and then curl by each single vertebra, pulling that low belly in, hips last to touch, and relax down to the ground. We're gonna go right into glute bridges. So keep your feet where they're at. You're gonna maintain that nice neutral spine, so right, just enough space for your hand to get through that low back. We're gonna lift the hips high up to the ceiling, lowering down to a hover, and we're gonna go for 10. Lifting up, down, drive through the heels, up, down, lift up, down, down, lift up, down, last 3, up, down, last 1, lift up, down, and relax. Very good. I want you to bring your feet wide, about the width of your mat towel or outside shoulder width. We're gonna go for another 10 bridges. What I want you to think about is knees staying over the feet. So don't let those knees cave in. Keep them wide over the feet as you lift the hips up, lower to a hover. For 10, lifting up, down, lift up, down, lift up, down, lift up, down, last 3, up, down, last 2, up, down, last 1, drive up, and lower all the way down. If you want, you can hug those knees in tight, give a little bit of a squeeze, a little bit of a stretch in those glutes. From here, you're going to roll over onto your stomach, okay? So you're gonna come down, facing the floor. We're just gonna do a little bit of floor angels, kind of warming up the upper back and warming up our shoulders. So I want you to reach those hands up overhead. I want you to pull that belly up and into the spine. So suck in that belly, squeeze your legs tight together, and then only lifting the upper body, you're going to lift up and you're going to swing your arms in a circular motion back towards your hips. And then you're gonna swing the arms back overhead. And then relax. We're gonna do 3 more. I want you to start with your palms facing down to the floor. You're going to lift up, and then as you reach those hands back, you're gonna rotate the palms up to the ceiling, squeeze your shoulder blades tight together, and then rotate back up overhead, palms face down, relax down to the floor. 2 more. Pull that belly button in, Squeeze those legs together, lift up, circle around, hands back to the hips, circle back up overhead, relax down. One more, pull that low belly in, squeeze those legs tight together, lift up, reach, and circle the hands back towards the hips, and then circle back up overhead and relax down. Very good. Bring your hands up under your shoulders. Go ahead and press yourself up onto all fours. Tuck your toes, and we're gonna shoot those hips up to the ceiling. So you're gonna shoot those hips high up to the ceiling, and you're just gonna pedal out your heels. So shift your weight side to side, sinking one heel down to the ground at a time, getting a nice deep calf stretch, nice deep hamstring stretch. Relax that head all the way down, pushing back towards your toes to get a nice shoulder stretch as well. And then go ahead and slowly walk your hands into your toes. Stay in this bent over position and stretch out whatever you need at this time. So again, try to let that head hang nice and heavy. So you can shake your head, yes, no. You can go ahead and twist. If you want to walk your hands to one side, walk them to the other. If you want to come into a wide leg stance and stretch, whatever you need. If you want to twist and look up to the ceiling, stretch out whatever you need, getting that low back just to let go a little bit for us today. And when you feel ready, you're going to curl by each single vertebra up to stand. And we're going to go right into our inchworm. We're just going to do 3 today. So you're going to try to keep your legs as straight as possible. If you need to bend your knees to reach the floor, please do. We're going to reach for the floor. We're going to slowly walk our hands out into a high plank. You have an option to add push-up. And then you're going to shoot those hips up to the ceiling. And you're going to slowly walk the hands back into the toes, making sure to let your head relax the whole time. Let's go again. Walk those hands out into a high plank position. You have that option to add that push-up. Hips shoot up to the ceiling. Walk your hands into your toes. Last one. Walking out into that plank position. Optional push-up. Shoot your hips high up to the ceiling. Walk those hands into the toes. And then by each single vertebra, roll up into your standing position. Very nice. We're going to come down into the ground into a half kneeling position. So one knee down, one knee up. We're going to do our last stretch. So both hands are going to come down to the floor inside that front knee. You can stay here using the back leg for support. Or you can deepen the stretch by pushing that back knee up, back leg straight, coming into a nice deep Spider-Man lunge. We got 5 twists. So inside arm, we're going to reach up, look up, twist up to the ceiling, and then take that elbow and you're going to twist and drive down to the ground, or as far as you feel comfortable. Let's do 4 more. Reach up, look up, twist and drive down. Reach up, look up, twist and drive down. We got 2 more. So let's inhale, reach up, look up, twist up, exhale, twist and drive down. Last one, reach up, look up, and then twist and drive down to the floor, sinking low into that lunge. Stay in this lunge position. Bring your hands this time on either side of that front leg. We have 5 hip lifts. So you're going to drive that front leg straight, lifting your hips up to the ceiling, hands stay on the floor, and then sink back down into that low lunge. We got 4 more. So drive that front leg as straight as you feel comfortable, sink back down into that low lunge. Driving up, sinking back down, driving up, sink back down. We got 1 more. Driving up to the ceiling, and then sinking that hip back down into that low lunge. Go ahead and rest that knee down. We're going to switch to the other side. We've got 5 twists and 5 hip lifts on this side. Again, you can keep that back knee down for support, or you can press up into that deep Spider-Man lunge. Inside arm, we are going to reach up, look up, twist up, and then take that elbow, and I want you to drive and twist down to the floor, or as far as you feel comfortable. Inhale, twist up, reach up, look up, twist and drive down to the floor. Twist up, reach up, look up. Exhale, twist and drive down to the floor. Reach up, look up, twist up. Then twist and drive to the floor. Let's go 1 more. Twist up, reach up, look up. Twist and drive that elbow down as far as you feel comfortable. Stay in the lunge. Bring your hands on either side of that front leg. We have 5 hip lifts to end our stretch. Drive that front leg back as straight as you feel comfortable, lifting that hip up to the ceiling, and then sinking back down low into that lunge. Drive that leg straight, sink down low into that lunge. Drive back as far as you feel comfortable, even if it's just a millimeter. Push back and then sink down low. Let's do 2 more. Drive up, sink down low. Last one. Driving that hip up to the ceiling, and then sinking back down low into that lunge. Drop that back knee to relax. Grab a sip of water if you need it. We're gonna go right into our core section. We're gonna have 3 exercises, work for 20 seconds, rest for 10. We're gonna have 3 rounds. We're gonna start on our back. We're actually gonna start with a glute bridge variation. So lie on your back, feet flat on the ground, and you're actually gonna tuck your heels close into your hips. Bring your feet together as well, and knees together. We're gonna bridge up, and then from here, we're gonna march it out. So keeping both hips high up to the ceiling, you're gonna march one knee up towards the head and the chest. You're gonna lower that foot down, strike the heel first before marching that other side up towards the head and the chest. Strike the heel first to help get those glutes engaged and marching it out while those hips stay up the whole time. We're gonna relax for 10 seconds. You're gonna stay on your back. Here we're gonna do a contralateral V up. So opposite arm and leg. So you'll have right leg straight, left arm straight, and then you'll have your right arm down. From here, using your elbow for assistance, you're going to V up, reaching hand to toe, and rolling back down under control. We're gonna have 20 seconds of this reach up here. We're gonna rest, and we're gonna switch to the other side. Those are our 3 exercises, 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 3 rounds through. So find your way down to the floor. We're gonna get started here. Glute bridge march. Here we go, in 3, 2, 1, and go. Feet together, feet tucked in, drive those hips up, keep your glutes engaged. March one knee back towards the head and the chest. Strike your heel first. So pull those toes up to the ceiling to help you drive your heel down into the floor, to help lock in that butt cheek to keep both hips up together. So you can move your eyes, you can take a look at your hips. Are you rocking side to side? Are you dipping down? If so, drive that heel harder down into the floor, squeeze that butt cheek tighter. Last 2, 1, and rest. Let's go ahead and start with right leg straight, right arm straight down by your side, left hand up overhead. You're gonna drive down through that right elbow to help V up, left hand to right foot. In 3, 2, 1, and go. So drive through that elbow, reach up to that foot. As you use the elbow to assist, pull that low belly down and in to drive up through the lower abdominals. If you need to bend that knee, that's okay. If you can't reach the toe, grab the shin. Use that elbow to help sit you up. Pull that little belly down and in. So we really want to feel a nice core contraction low in those abdominals. Last 2, 1, and rest. Switch to the other side. Left leg straight, left arm down by your side, right hand up overhead. Driving through that left elbow to reach right hand to left foot. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Driving up and lowering down. Pull that low belly down and in. Tuck, curl the hips as you lift up. Try to get most of the contraction from those low abdominals, and that left elbow is just there to assist as you drive up, reaching hand to toe. Keep going. Last 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, we got 2 more rounds. So stay on your back, both feet flat on the ground, feet together, glute bridge or march. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Lifting those hips up, squeeze those glutes tight, pull that belly button down and in, march back towards your head and your chest. Strike that heel first, pull those toes up to the ceiling, lock in that butt cheek tight before switching to the other side. Belly button stays down and in, 2, 1, rest, relaxing down. Let's start with that right leg straight, left knee bent, left hand overhead. In 2, 1, and go. Driving up, reaching hand to toe. Low belly pulls in tight as you're reaching up. Right elbow is just there for assistance. Reach up with control, lower down with control. So try not to let that foot or that upper body slam to the ground. Curl up with control, curl down with control. Last 2, 1, and rest. Switch to the other side. Right knee bent, left leg straight, right hand up overhead. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Driving through the left elbow to assist as we reach right hand to left toe. Low belly pull down and in. Pull from those low abdominals. First, driving up. Get a nice strong exhale as you reach up to your foot and lower back down again with control. Don't let that leg, upper body, or arm slam to the floor. Lower down nice and easy. Last 2, 1, and rest. Very good. All right, guys, we got one more round. Back to our glute bridge march. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Keep those feet together to help with support and balance. Drive those hips up. Heels driving into the floor. Lock in that butt cheek tight. Pull that belly button down and in towards the spine. And drive. Every time you drive that knee up, you're lifting those hips just an inch higher. Feeling that glute engage and lock in. Keeping both hips nice and even. In 2, 1, rest. Lowering down nice and easy. All right, let's start with these V-ups. Remember, low belly. Pull the low belly down and in. Start the contraction before you lift up. 2, 1, and go. So pull. Start to tuck and curl those hips. And then lifting up, driving, reaching for that toe. Try to not use momentum. So tuck, curl, pull the belly in. Roll up to reach. And then curl down under control. So keeping that low belly pulled in the whole time. Last 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. Switch to the other side. Last 20 seconds here of core. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Pull that low belly down. Tuck, curl those hips first. Big exhale as you reach hand to toe. Using that elbow to assist that reach. Lower down with control. That's where you're going to get stronger. That's where a lot of that core engagement is going to come in. Because we have a little momentum as we lift up. And we're trying to stop the momentum or stop gravity as we lower down. Last 2, 1, and rest. Very good. Catch your breath. Grab a sip of water. We're going to go into our strength. So for today's workout, we're going to have 4 exercises. We're going to work for 30 seconds. We're going to rest for 15. At the end of the round, we're going to have 40 seconds of work. And I will tell you what those exercises are when we get to them. So, of course, my timer is set wrong. Give me 1 second. Boom, boom, boom. There we are, set. Okay, so our exercises for today, we're going to start with a bodyweight squat with a single leg deadlift. So your feet are going to just be about hip width apart. You don't really want them much wider than that today for this exercise. So at hip width apart, we're going to squat down. And then you're going to balance on one leg as you kick one leg back and then reach across. So you're going to kick back and reach, back to 2 feet, squat, and then alternate to the other side. Hinging just at the hip. So shift your weight back into your heel. Act like you're trying to close a car door with that foot reaching back behind you. And stand, squat, in between each one. So getting a little into thighs, a little bit into the hips. From there, we're going to stick with lower body. We're going to go to clock lunges. So you're going to start on one side. You're going to have a forward lunge, back to standing, into a side lunge with that same leg, back to stand, into a reverse lunge. That is half of your clock face. So the other leg is going to step forward, step to the side, step back into that reverse lunge, alternating through, creating an entire circle. Some key points here I want you to think about for that forward lunge. It's all about that soft landing. So try not to step out with a straight leg and then bend. Try to ease your way down into the ground. Nice soft landing. For that side lunge, both toes pointed forward and reach the hips back, okay? So both toes pointed forward, reach the hips back. and stepping back into those reverse lunges. Fold clock face. From there, you're gonna come down into the ground. And we're gonna have 3-second down push-up. So we're gonna do a tricep push-up today. So that means hands are gonna stay close and elbows are gonna stay close to the body, rubbing against your rib cage. It's gonna be a 3-second count down though, so we're gonna mess with the tempo today. So you're gonna come up into your push-up position. You're going to tuck those elbows in tight. And it's gonna be a 3, 2, 1, press. Modify onto the knees if you need for a 3, 2, 1, press. Or you always have the option to do a 3-second count down on the toes. 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees for that press up. The key part here though is we really want those elbows to stay nice and close to the side for those push-ups. Last exercise for the round. You're gonna be in a crawl position. I lied. You're gonna start in a plank position and you're gonna crawl, step in both feet into a crawl position, and then you're gonna jump back to your plank. So step, step, jump. Alternating which foot initiates the step. Now, if you want to modify that, step in, step out. If you want to challenge yourself even more today, to make it a jackknife where you jump both feet in, jump out. Then we're going to have 40 seconds to work, and I'll let you know what that is when we get to it. But let's go ahead and get started on our first round. Squat to single leg deadlift, 30 seconds of work. You guys ready? Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and go. About hip width, shoulder width apart, body weight squat, and then kick that leg back, reach forward into that single leg hip hinge, stand, alternate to that other side. Simultaneously kick back as you reach forward, stand. Shift your weight into those heels, right? So shift into the heel, grip with the toe, squeeze that glute to stand. Less than 10, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and rest. 15-second rest here. We're gonna have our clock lunges. So forward, side, back, alternate forward, side, back. Creating that full clock face. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Forward lunge to a nice side lunge. Step back into that reverse lunge. And then alternate to the other side. So the same foot is gonna be the one stepping into each and then alternating. Nice soft landing, nice flat foot. So if you feel yourself coming into the toe of any of these, shift your weight back into your heel to get a nice powerful drive. 3, 2, 1, rest. Down onto your mat. Tricep push-ups with that 3-second count down. 3 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 1 Mississippi. Be honest about it. Modify to your knees when you need. Here we go. 2, 1, and go. Elbows stay tucked into your side for 3, 2, 1, press. Modifications, right? Drop to your knees if you need for 3, 2, 1, press. Or start on your toes for 3, 2, 1, drop to your knees when you press up into the push-up. Lots of options here to try today. Everybody keep those elbows close to your side. 2, 1, rest. Those are gonna be fun in our last 3 rounds. Next, we have the step in, jump out. So start in that plank, step into a crawl position, jump out to the plank. In 2, 1, here we go. So step, step, jump to the plank. Alternate the foot that initiates the step in. And we want a powerful jump back into that plank. So you want to jump back, lock the hips in, don't let the hips sag to the ground as you step and jump back. Options, step in, step out, or jump in, jump out for your jackknife. 2, 1, rest. Very good. All right, so from here we have 20 seconds for one exercise, 20 seconds for another. You're gonna start with mountain climbers for 20 seconds, and then we're gonna move in just to a plank hold for 20 seconds. So stay down on your mat. Don't stand up like I did. So it's gonna be one right after the other, 40 seconds of work, starting with those mountain climbers. In 3, 2, 1, and go. So you're up on your hands. You can be here for a nice march, or you can sprint it out. Another option is if you did want to stand, you can march in place for that mountain climber as well. Keep going. Less than 10 seconds here. And then we're gonna go right and just to a high plank hold. 2, 1, and hold that plank. Holding that belly button up and in. Breathe through this. Lock those butt cheeks in tight. If you feel more comfortable down on your elbows, you can move to your elbows. But drive your thumbs down to the floor. Pull that belly button in tight. Last 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice job, guys. All right, we have a nice 30-second rest here. Enough time for you to grab some water. Before we go in, round number 2. Okay. All right, less than 10 seconds. Round number 2. Now you know what to expect. Start to pick up that intensity. Back to our squat. Single leg deadlift in 3, 2, 1, and go. So keeping a nice close stance. That way it's nice and easy to shift weight onto one leg. Kick back, reach forward, stand, squatting in between each single leg deadlift. If you need a wall or a couch to hold on for balance, find that, that's okay to have that there. Make sure you're shifting weight back into the heel. Drive through the heel, squeeze that glute to stand. Simultaneously reach back and forward. Last 2, 1, rest. Next, going in for those clock lunges. Making that full clock face. Each leg. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Stepping forward, to the side, and reverse. Alternating, make a full circle, moving through. Try to keep that chest up tall for all of these. Weight into the heel as you move through. We want a nice flat surface of our foot. Stay nice and balanced. 3, 2, 1, rest. Very good. Find your way down into your mat. Tricep push-ups. 3-second countdown. Find the modification that works for you, but try to keep those elbows tucked into your side as much as possible. Have your elbows brush your rib cage in 2, 1. Here we go. Nice, honest. 3, 2, 1. Press. Make sure that you drive down through your thumbs. So if you feel your weight shifting out into your pinky, shove those thumbs down into the floor to help get your pecs involved. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Press. You should feel the burn in the back of those triceps. Last 2, 1. Rest. Very good. Catch your breath. We're going to move back into that plank position. Stepping in, jumping out. Or step in, step out. Challenge yourself if you like. Jackknife, jump in, jump out. 2, 1, here we go. Step, step, jump. Power back in to a stiff, controlled plank. Even if you jump in, jump out with power. If you're stepping, step in, each leg steps out with power. We got less than 10, keep it up. Mix up any modification you want. Last 3, 2, 1. Okay, so for this 40-second work, we are gonna be on our feet for this one. We're gonna have a squat pulse for 20 seconds. So you can pick the stance of the squat that you prefer. You're gonna come down nice and low, and we're just gonna pulse it out for 20. Then your next 20 seconds, we're gonna stand, and we're gonna have high knees. So running in place, driving those knees high, or you have the option to march it out. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and pulse. Down for 20 seconds, shifting your weight back into those heels, trying to keep the chest up tall as much as possible. Look straight ahead. Hands are wherever's comfortable. Shift into the heels, squeeze those glutes. If your belly is spilling out and over, pull it up and into the spine. Last 2, 1, right into high knees. Running in place, driving those knees high up to the ceiling, or you're marching. Nice, powerful march though. Less than 10, here we go. Drive those knees up high. Doesn't matter how many you get, just going for power. Last 3, 2, 1, and rest. That one got the heart rate up. Oh yeah. Got less than 30 seconds here. Get your breath, grab a sip of water if you need. We're gonna go for round 3. Oh yeah. Now we start to really pick up that intensity, okay? Try a modification you haven't tried before. Get some more reps in. Here we go. Round 3. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Squat, single leg hinge. Shift that weight back into the heel. If you do need a little more balance, you have an option here. Instead of kicking the leg back, you can just tap and reach behind you. So hinge at the hip, chest comes forward as you tap. That way you have a little more balance, but still working that same pattern. Or you find that wall for balance, that couch, that chair, and rest. Very good. Clock lunges are next. Big deep breaths in the nose, out through the mouth. Knocking these out. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Stepping forward to the side, both toes pointed forward, and stepping back. Alternate. Making that full clock. Sinking that knee down just to a hover on those forward and reverse lunges. So you don't need to tap to the ground if you don't want, but try to come just to a hover. We got less than 10, guys. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Whew. Okay, down on your mat. Already back to those tricep push-ups. Elbows tucked close to the side. Elbows brushing that rib cage. Modify what you need just to get into those triceps. 2, 1, here we go. Any modification works, as long as you're keeping those elbows tucked in nice and tight. For 3, 2, 1, drive that thumb down. For 3, 2, 1, modify onto the knees to press if you're starting to fatigue, or you can stay on those knees, especially if you're struggling on the toes. Those triceps are gonna get a workout no matter what. 3, 2, 1, in 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. Okay, next, jackknife, jump in, jump out. Now's the time to start stepping it up. Or step in, jump out, or step, step, both ways. Last 2, 1, here we go. We're picking up that intensity. So start bringing in that jackknife, jumping in, jumping out. Or stay with your modification. Belly button, pulled up and in. Here we go. Nice stiff plank at the end. Don't let those hips sag to the floor. Less than 10. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, 15 seconds. Stay down, because we're gonna go back to our mountain climbers and then a plank hold. So stay down. 20 on, and then rest. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Mountain climbers, running now. Keep going. You're either marching it out or sprinting it out. Again, you always have that option to stand and march if you like. Keep going. Guys, we only have 10 seconds, so work for 10. Thumbs drive down into the ground. Breathe. Keep breathing. Last 2, 1. Hold that plank. You can be here. You can be down on your knees. If you feel more comfortable, you can come down onto your elbows for an elbow plank. Find something that works for you. We have 10 seconds. Pull that belly button in and up to the spine. Drive those thumbs down. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Yes, very good. All right, you got another 30-second break here. Enough time to catch your breath and grab that sip of water. All right, we got one more round. One more, awesome round. Less than 10 seconds. And then we're gonna have a finisher tonight. So, just because there's a finisher doesn't mean to let up on this last round, because this last round is gonna be our best round So I want you to push harder. Try to get more reps in. Sink lower to the ground. Elbows in tighter. Here we go. Last round. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Squat. Single leg deadlift. Arm and leg. Reaching out simultaneously. So kick back, reach forward, and squat. No lax leg. No noodle arms. Everything is active together. Shift that weight back into the heel. Close that door behind you. Grip with the toes. Squeeze the glutes. Set to stand. Belly button stays pulled in tight. 2, 1, and rest. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, we got clock, lunges, next. Full circle. Moving through. Sink down to the floor. Sink down nice and low. Soft landing. Last 2, 1. Here we go. Lunging it out. Each lunge variation is going to target a different set of muscles more than the other. So what's great about this, moving through, it's very functional. We're hitting everything together. Especially if you're just getting the one workout in today, you want to hit as many muscles as possible. So we target a little more of the quads, a little more of the inner thigh, a little more of the glutes and the hamstrings. Keep going. Last 2, 1. Rest. Down to the ground. Tricep push-ups for the last time tonight. So even if you can only get a few tricep ones in and then move to regular push-ups, tuck those elbows in tight, brush the rib cage, drive your thumbs into the floor. You're gonna wanna go into the pinky, but drive those thumbs down. Here we go, 2, 1, and go. In 3, 2, 1, press. 3, 2, 1, press. 3, 2, 1, press. 3, 2, 1, press. Last time, last 3, 2, 1, and rest. Very good. All right, guys. We've got 30 seconds here. Jackknife, try it this last round. Jump in, jump out, both feet. Here we go, in 3, 2, 1, and go. Jump in, jump out into that plank. In, jump out. Do a few if you need, and then you can modify back to the steps. Try it now. Here we go. Last chance. But no matter what modification you're doing, as long as you are up and working. Guys, 10 seconds. Here we go. Keep working. Last 5, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Very good. All right, we're gonna do our last 40-second work before going into that finisher. Squat pulse with the high knees. Here we go, in 3, 2, 1, and pulse. Squatting down nice and low. Weight back into the heels. Chest up, looking forward. Small little reps, pulsing it out. Trying to target back into the glutes a little bit more than the thighs. So sit back into those heels, reach back, belly button pulled up and in. 2, 1, done. Right into high knees. Driving those knees high up to the ceiling. Or you're marching it out, high knees, wherever you're at. Keep going. You've got less than 10. Here we go. Last 3, 2, 1, and rest. Very nice. Grab a sip of water as I explain what our finisher is today. It'll be nice, short, and sweet. Okay. Oh yeah, we got plenty of time. Perfect. Alrighty. Back to working for 20 seconds with a 10-second rest. We're gonna have, which if you've ever been an athlete or if you ever picture football, we're basically gonna have a football drill. So we're gonna have quick feet, and on my call of down, we're gonna have a burpee. So you're gonna sink down nice and low into a squat. You're gonna be kind of running in place, just small, quick feet. On my cue, I'll say down, you're gonna go all the way, chest to the floor, jump back up with a jump at the top. You have options to modify. You can take the jump out at the top. You don't have to go chest all the way to the ground. Once you're back up, you're back into your quick feet until I say down again. Another option here, if you're like, hell no, I'm not jumping to the floor. On my call, when I say down, you can just do a jump back into quick feet. Lots of options here for that work. After that is over, we're gonna go into skater jumps. So now we're gonna go into some lateral movement. You're gonna make sure you have some nice space. So you're gonna start jumping side to side, bring that back foot back for balance, jump to the other. When you feel confident, you can keep that back foot up for balance. Just those 2 exercises. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. 3 rounds through, and then we're done. All right, here we go. Quick feet. Remember, on my call, burpee or just a jump. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Quick feet. Sinking down nice and low. Just small little running in place. Down. Chest to the floor if you can. Jump at the top if you like. Back to quick feet. Down. All the way. Jump at the top. Or pick a modification that works for you. Down. All the way up. Once you're done, rest. Woo! Okay. Moving into the skater jumps, side to side jumps. You always have the option to take the jump out and just a large step and back, staying down nice and low. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. Skaters, jumping side to side. Try to balance on that one foot if you can. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, reach to the floor. So as you jump, tap to the floor. Less than 10. Here we go. Keep it up. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Oh yeah, you guys are awesome. 2 more rounds of that, and then we're done. I promise. Back to our quick feet. I know you think it's fun. I do too. I wish there were more rounds. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice quick feet. Running in place. Don't think about what your arms are doing right now. Just think about those feet. And down. Chest to ground if you can. Jump at the top if you like. You always have the option to just jump. Down. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Rock on, guys. Skater jumps. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Jumping side to side. Try to balance on that one foot if you can. Reach to the floor for a little more of a challenge. As long as you're working. Less than 10, guys. Woo! Here we go. You know you're getting tired when you start to fall. Stay focused. Keep breathing. Last 3, 2, 1. Rest. Yes! We made it to the final round. The best round ever. Quick feet. Last time for these. Knock it out. Try a full burpee if you haven't yet. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Down low. Quick feet. Run it out. Down. Drop into the ground. Back up. Add that jump at the top. Right back into those quick feet. Keep breathing. Down. Either a full burpee or just a jump, but it works for you today. Last 2, 1, and rest. There we go. Nice work. Last 20 seconds here, skater jumps. And then we're stretching it out. 2, 1. Here we go. This is it. Give it all you got. This is your last 15 seconds of work. Breathe. Keep moving. This is your last 10. Woo, let's go. Jump side to side. Last 3, 2, 1. Done. Heck yes. Catch your breath. Grab some water. Stay on your feet. We're gonna start our stretching out up top. Whew. Big deep breaths. You guys killed it. I can see you jumping around in your videos. I love it. Alrighty. We're gonna start. We're actually gonna do a little active cool down here before we get to the floor. So we're gonna start with a reverse lunge. As we lunge back though, so you're gonna step back, sink to the ground, you're gonna reach up, reach back, elbows back down, back to standing. We'll alternate to the other side. So just move at your own pace. Move at your own pace as you alternate between lunging on one side Reach back for a nice stretch and stand. Just get in however many you feel comfortable. We're just gonna go for a nice little short amount of time. Take your time, grab some water.
Okay, she's not looking. Bye-bye.
You can just step and reach. Whatever works for you today. Just stretching out that front side of the body. Stretching out those hip flexors in the front of the thigh. We did a lot of running in place, a lot of jumping, a lot of lunging. Just a few more seconds moving through this. And then go ahead and relax and stand. Let's do one more stretch on our feet. And we're gonna do another lunge variation. So bring those feet wide, wider than shoulder width. We're gonna sink down into a nice side lunge. Just stretch out that inner thigh. So you can rest your elbows on your knees, because I want you to be a little more relaxed for this. Right, you can straighten that leg, stretch whatever you need here. We're trying to target that inner thigh of that straight leg. If you want to deepen this stretch, you can bring opposite hand to foot. And you can reach up, look up to the ceiling. On a nice, long, easy exhale. Then twist back down. Go ahead and stand up. We're going to switch to the opposite side. Sink down nice and low. Stretching out the inner thigh. You can rest your elbows or your hands on that bent knee, just so you can relax. You can straighten that leg, kind of moving through that stretch, whatever you need. Let's deepen it by bringing opposite hand to foot, and then reach up, look up, on a nice long exhale, up to the ceiling. Keep those hips down, nice and low. Twist down, relax, and stand. Let's make our way down onto the mat. Just a few more stretches, and then I will release you. Lie on your back. We're gonna target our spine, that low back a little bit, coming into a nice deep twist. So knees and feet are up, tucked in tight to the chest. Hands are gonna lie out to a T. We're gonna take the knees over to the left, nice and easy. So use your hands to assist if you need. But nice and easy, all the way down to the floor. And relax all your weight down. Try to keep opposite shoulder on the ground. Look opposite direction. Let's take 2 deep breaths together. Breathe in through the nose. Nice long 4-second inhale. And then a nice long exhale out through the mouth. 4 to 5 seconds. More air out than you took in. Let's breathe in through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Bring those knees up and over to the other side. All the way down to the ground. Assist if you need. Relax all the way to the floor. Opposite shoulder on the ground. Look in the opposite direction. One side may feel tighter than the other. And just know that's okay. We are asymmetrical more than we think. Let's take 2 deep breaths together. Let's breathe in through the nose. A nice long inhale all the way in. And exhale all the way out through the mouth. Nice and long. Letting more air out than we took in. Another inhale in through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out through the mouth for 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll those knees back up into the middle. Let's give them a big hug so you can wrap your elbows around. If you can't reach your elbows, then grab your forearms or just hands to the knees, tucking in tight. Head, neck, and shoulders are up. You're trying to make the tiniest cannonball possible. And then go ahead and relax that head back to the ground. Relax those knees down. And that is it for today, guys. That is all I wrote. That was a great workout. You guys killed it. I could see you jumping around.